Right guys, we are here with Zekias Shah, part of Team Tier 0. And Zeki, what did you do last weekend?
So I got top 16 in YCS Milan with Magicians.
Good stuff. Right, we're going to do a deck profile, fill us in on a few of your deck choices, and then we've got some questions from Facebook, Reddit, and the Pendulum Facebook group, which I'm not part of. Right, so...
let's get on the profile. So it's, main deck's quite basic, but like we'll go through it. So Magicians, staple through Wisdom Eye. It doesn't matter if you play Pendulum Core, it's just any scale you want it to be. Free harmonizing, keeping the deck alive. It just allows you to make rank 4s, rank 7s, fair enough. It's 2 Oath Dragons. Could play 3, maybe, but like I think 2 is enough because usually you got low scales, there's more high scales that you need. Janky Magician and Dragon Pit for the level 7s. It's just when a lot of people play Floodgates now, sometimes you need this to be able to pop like their back row, and it's like this is for like it allow you to make like a negate against like Thunder Dragons is decent against, and it's good against what's it? Oh yeah, Goki decks or Dark Warrior decks and stuff like that, and then just gets rid of Floodgates, get rid of the one strike potentially.
Okay, so Dragon Pit's just there for back row removal. Because I know that's some of the question on stream. Is you actually playing Dragon Pit again now? Yeah,
it's for that, and it has the double utilities. Obviously, we play 3 Desires of still having level 7 in main deck in order to summon from harmonizing to make your rank 7 players. And then you got the 2 Black Fangs. I think you could play one of this. I don't think Black Fang's that good, but it's just a high scale, and it's the go-to high scale. This and Dragon Pit is the go-to high scale, depending on the situation you're in, like going first or second. Like against trap decks, just making this going first, so you have the removal for next turn. Or this is probably the better high scale, just a generic, get rid of it if you want to. And then 1 Poison. Poison's only really there for like harmonizing special when you make rank 4, or in a rare situation where you need it for Wisdom Eye, because for low scale wise, you always rather have an Oath Dragon. Every situation, you always rather have an Oath Dragon. Oath Dragon plus you, Poison doesn't do anything. Like, people complain, like people say they should 1's minimum, like, but just 2, like, it's just not needed. Like, you only need it to pop a Floodgate, and it's just really bad against Sky Strikers. It's really underwhelming against most decks. You'd rather just plus around that. And then you got the 1 brick for Chronograph. And then for the 3 Apex Avian. People always say this bricks, but it's really, really easy to get scales, and like the best thing just to do ever, like, is just when you like Chronograph and summon this, and then you make your Electromite, you can use this effect, you can do everything you want to just because you got the protection. Or when you Pendulum summon this with a Harmonized Magician, it just protects like Ash from Ash or anything like that. It's just a 3 negate, and like against decks that want to hold their back row, like Prank Kids for example, when they want to Regeki you can just Pendulum summon this and then negate the Quick Play Fusion, and then you just, this is just, no one expects it as well. It's just a big body that you can drop and just win the game.
Going in ready for the Prank Kids this weekend. Did you play Prank Kids?
I did, yeah.
Who did you play?
The winner of the YCS.
Did ya? Look at you go. And then what did you lose to?
I lost to Sky Strikers in top 16.
Ooh, what did you say on your stream was the easiest matchup that was free win?
Yeah, stuff happens.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. Carry on.
And for the extenders, you got the 3 Cerebuses, 3 Chronographs, 2 Kurt Razors. People start to cut this, but if you don't make Electromite before your Pendulum summon, it's just always underwhelming. Your board always becomes really underwhelming. It's just not great. It's just, And then you got the 3 of these and the 2 gates. 2 gates still come up, and like 3 of these are just good normal summons. You don't have any good normal summons at pluses anymore, and like just gates against like grindy decks. Sometimes you just need that extra card just to push, and then obviously the 3 Foolish Barrows basically for Dragon Shrine. Just it's the best extender obviously. It gives you a plus whilst making Electromite, and then 2 Jackals for the thing. It's just an extender and it's a negate. It's just really insane, and like with Chronograph, you can summon this against like Thunder Dragons and banish Thunder Dragons, and this turns into like huge, and it's just a game like you just win. And then the 2 Pendulum Call. Usually people play 3, and I agree to an extent, but like it's just sometimes it's Ash bait, and then like against Thunder Dragons, it's just when you draw multiple of these or you draw one and then you can't resolve it. Thunder Dragons, you need like to break a board you successfully, you need all 6 of your cards going second to be live, and like you just can't be affording to have cards like that. And then you got the free cards like Pendulum. It's just anyone that plays less than this is incorrect. It's just in Pendulum deck, like you can only draw Pendulums really, and it's just even if you draw one, it's just you upstarted and it's fine.
Doesn't matter what you banish?
No, it doesn't matter what you banish. It's just drawing Pendulums is always good in their Pendulum deck. Cause worst case scenario, the scales, and like best case scenario, you draw Apex, you draw big Pendulum summon. It's just the more you can Pendulum summon, the better it is.
Okay.
So that's for the main deck, 40 card main deck. So for the extra, obviously Electromite, no explanation needed. Metaltron, just make a Vortex play. And Land, Flinkus, or whatever it is, and they're 2 dragons. Boral Swords, obvious, Vortex plus this is just game for any board basically. But Boral Load, people don't play. I just think against Thunder Dragons, like you can play cards like that Utopia Beyond and stuff like that but it just doesn't work, because if they summon in defense, I just don't want a bunch of dead cards in my deck. And overall, this is like the safest option to go to, just being able to like attack their stuff, steal their cards. Especially I saw loads of people summon Boral Sword against me, and being able to Boral Load a Boral Sword is really good. It's just the best cards, get rid of a thing, and it gives you like two arrows. It's just dealing with Thunder Dragons is really good, and dealing with like arrogant monsters, it's just a really good monster. And then for the only Synchro I play is FA Dawn Dragster. So in the strategy, how I did it for one going first, so if they're playing 40 cards, or 41 cards, I end up try to make this Dawn Dragster, because it's most generic because 40 cards people are usually just Outer Guys and Sky Strikers. So if you just make Dawn Dragster, it's just, it's good against both of them. But like, if I can't make Dawn Dragster, you end up making Carnal Gorgon, which is good against both decks still. But FA Dawn Dragster was only Synchro. I didn't make it that much, but it's just, in general, the safest negate against a 40 card deck. But if you're being a 60 card deck, going first, no matter what it is, just make Dweller. Like, it's good against most Thunder Dragons, especially the Danger Thunder Dragons that PPG played. But in general, like just this against any Rongo deck, any Goki deck, it's just game. Even one negate with this, even just Dweller, like they won't kill you, and you just kill them next turn. It's just like, so if they're playing like more than 41 cards, like 44, whatever, like against every deck that plays more than 41 cards, Dweller is just game. Even against Prank Kids, like being able to make Dweller blind, it's just it's just game. Like you just won the game. And then the Vortex package, there's no explanation needed, really. Carnal Gorgon, it's less good because people like know about it. But people that disrespect Carnal Gorgon, like when they try to hold Widow Anchor or something like that, or Ego Booster, they try to hold it, you can just summon it and it's like a blowout, it's like a Denko almost. It'll stop you from Ego Boosting and stuff like that. Exonite, I didn't make it once over the weekend, but it's just when you have a Pendulum Call, you can just nuke your board and keep your Pendulum Call, or like you can when you red reboot and you have an underwhelming hand, you can just nuke the board or just clear it, and it's just I feel like when it comes up, it's just the game defining. You just won the game because you resolved it. But I'm not sure if I would keep it in future. Tornado, obviously, it's generic. This OTKs, Naruto, and Honor Arc. Some people question me about Honor Arc. It's not necessarily there for Thunder Dragons, but if they do summon an attack, it's so free. But like, it's just the most generic form of removal. Like against Link Rebos and stuff like that, even like taking it is just really useful. But mainly it's just Sky Strike, because this will take take the Sky Striker monster without triggering Ray, because it technically doesn't leave the field, and it just allows you, like, if they don't have Ego or anything like that, it's the safest monster. I was playing Utopia Lightning, but like this is one space and it does basically the same job, and it's just overall if in general it's just general attack removal, and it floats, I guess, as well, but that's not really big. It's just not triggering Ray is the best thing about it. Alright, and for side deck, once again, the main thing about Pendulums is that side deck is so insane. Against any trap decks, 3 red reboots, and 3 Denko Sekka. Yeah, what can I say? Like, this against Sky Strikers, I think this is most of the time all you need. Sometimes against Sky Strikers you get unfortunate, you'll lose, but Denko Sekka is enough, or if not, just Pendulum Summon. Like, it's just, yeah, this is insane. This is, and then red reboot, obviously against trap decks, True Drakers, whatever it is, just it's a win button. Like, you draw it, you win. So there. Hand trap wise, these were a bit more, interesting. So Infinites, 3 Ash, and the Gamma package. In general, I thought, for Thunder Dragons, against Thunder Dragons, I was thinking playing Book of Eclipses and stuff, but I thought, if I can make them end with 1 Colossus, I probably win that game. Because I would just borrow load it or do something to, it would just win the game. And I was like, these 6 are like, any draw of these 6, if you play it in the correct time, will end up most times causing Thunder Dragons just end with 1 Colossus or a very subpar board where you can break. And there was no need for Book of Eclipses, which was only specific to one matchup. And Gamma is just the best against the Rongo decks, because it doesn't matter if they're Cool Grade, Mid-Breaker, there's nothing that can stop this. Like, Mid-Breaker will stop you from destroying it, but you still can just negate it overall. And it's just saying, Infinites were the worst one out of the 8 hand traps, but it still doesn't lose to anything. And against Floodgate decks, sometimes you want to side it in just negate rivalry, but overall it's just subpar to these 6, but it's the next best hand traps in general. And you can side it in against Thunder Dragons to negate a Titan, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'd just stick with these 6 and hope you draw these and hope there's someone in attack.
Okay, so
that's for the main deck.
Whilst we're on the side deck, we've got a few questions people have asked about your side deck. Why are you not playing evenly?
Evenly, this is an OTK based deck, and there's no decks that I don't cover with all these. Against evenly, you would only want to summon it, put it in against you would want to put it in against Thunder Dragons, but apart from that, Sky Strikers and thing, if you overside against Sky Strikers, you end up just losing because you need every card you can get, and there's no need to evenly. You'd rather have a battle face. You'd rather have these blowout cards instead. It's just evenly's not necessary. I don't think.
Why did you decide not to main the hand traps or any hand traps?
It's just Pendulums. You want to see 6 Pendulums. That's the ideal hand. You don't ever want to play anything but that. It's just, only time the hand traps are okay if you draw it off Electromite. That's the only time that it will ever be okay. But overall, it's just hand traps are just bricks. You can play Pendulum Core and stuff like that, but it's just, it wouldn't really work. It doesn't really work realistically.
Okay, so I think you've told us your plan for Autogeist, which is just Denkos and red reboots. Sky Strikers, game 2. What'd you put in? Does it change if you win or lose?
Game 2, you always go second against Sky Strikers. I forgot to mention that. Most times you go second, unless they're playing a proper going first build, because they'll end up missiding. They'll expect you to go first. They'll put in gammas, they'll put in evenlies, and then you just, all you need is Denko. Your main deck deal with them, especially because Sky Strikers can't always reliably draw everything. One Widow Anchor and a Sky Striker is not enough to kill. You just should be able to kill through that. And even if they decide to make you go first, even if you think they might go first or second, just side in Denkos. It's always the safest option, because if I make you go first, you just pass them, and then they will have nothing to do. They can attack you for 15. If you draw Denko though, it's just stand by face, main face, normal summon Denko, and then you just kill them through whatever. It doesn't matter. It's regardless of how much plus that you had that turn, because they're just
Denko's just broke,
yeah.
Okay. Quite a lot of people asking why you're not playing any level 8 synchros at all.
Oh yeah. It's just every synchro seemed really underwhelming. Clearwing seemed like a win more card. I don't think I need Clearwing to clear a board. I feel if I just make negate and attack over all the monsters, I've already won that game. And I'd rather the link monsters are what seem like brokens, and the rank 4s are the cards that seem change the tide of the game. And I just never think like Clearwing, Ignista is not a reliable win con against Thunder Dragons because you get rid of one and then you're still left with two. I'd rather make a Borreload. Even though Borreload only gets rid of one, it deals with, it's a monster that they struggle to get over. You can chain block Titan, and like if you just summon Ignista, they will just Titan it. Like if they don't expect,
so it's more pressure than
it's much more pressure, and then you can steal their Colossus, which is a floodgate against them itself. So it's a good card to play.
Okay. Bricking. How often did you brick? Because a lot of people talking about Avion being a brick in your deck. Did it happen much?
Avion's never a brick. Like
Did you lose your top 16 because you bricked?
No, I didn't. I didn't. No. It was just.
What happened to top 16?
Top 16. It was the only. It was a great play. It was but it was the only can be one. That was a struggle. And he respected Denko. He respected the deck. He knew what the deck was all about. He flips cards in standby phase. He knew what he was getting into when he was VMA.
Do you think you did so well because a lot of people underestimated the deck then, or do you think the deck is a broken deck and he just played exceptionally well?
No, the deck's not necessarily broken. It's like it's only good because people are unknown to how the deck plays, and like it's just people don't respect cards like Carnagorga, and people don't know that. Yeah, they just play their cards prematurely. They don't know what to ash. They don't know what to do against the deck in general.
Okay. Any changes you'd make?
I
know you mentioned Exoton.
Exotonite, maybe. Like, I think I might want to play another Link monster. Maybe Unicorn, I was thinking. Like, to make Unicorn, Vortex. It seems Unicorn maybe is a legitimate option, but like, overall, I don't think I'll make much changes. No, Exoton is maybe the extra deck is what changes depending on what meta you're expecting. Side deck seems, side deck's always quite basic. It's just, the hand traps and I don't think there's any major changes I would make. It just depends on what meta core it is. If I'm expecting more Thunder Dragons, I will anticipate for Thunder Dragons, Sky Strikers, etc.
Yeah. So is this your plan going forward? You're sticking with the Pendulums because now you're in the world's points race. Is this it? Are you?
It could be. I might play some.
We did a bit of research. You've topped more events with Pendulum in the last year than anyone else in the world right now. Does that make you the best Pendulum player in the world right now, Zeki?
Never know.
We're going with a safe no comment. That's not really what we're hoping for, to be honest. Okay, right. I think that is, you actually were really detailed in your deck profile, so thanks for that. You've actually answered most people's questions already. So, any last comments before we sign off?
Shout out to 2-0.
Okay, good start.
Best UK team.
When will we see you next? What's your next big event?
Next is YCS in Germany. Hopefully, if I can top this and hopefully make it to Worlds.
Nice. Thanks a lot, Zeki. Cheers.
Thank you.